calculator to help us find the function for any table of values. So the first thing you're gonna have to do is to go to stats, go to edit and hit enter. You're gonna have to put all the x values in L1. So I'm gonna do -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Now I'm going to go to L2 for the y values. I'm going to put -4, -1, 2, 5, and 8. I already know that this is supposed to be a linear function because I am adding 3 going from any y value to the next y value. So I'm going to focus on finding the linear function for this table. So the steps are to hit stats again, go to calc, and then because I'm looking for the linear function, I'm going to do 4 for linear regression. We also, in the calculator, if you expect that the table is going to have an exponential function, you can go to 0. And if you expect the function to be a quadratic function, you go to 5. But because I can see that this is most likely a linear function or a linear regression, I'm going to hit 4. You need to make sure that the x values in L1 is in the x list, the y values in L2 in the y list. You want to make sure that the frequency list is empty, and then you can hit enter. Now, the equation is y equals 3x plus 2, and this is exactly what we found before we use the calculator. Now let's assume that I want to make sure that this is the best function. This is where we can use the correlation coefficient to be able to find out if this is a good function or not. To turn the correlation coefficient on in this calculator, what you need to do is to do second, catalog, and then you want to make sure that you choose diagnostic on from the list. And because it's going alphabetically, that means that you're going to have to go to D and make sure that you have the diagnostic on button on. So I'm going to hit diagnostic on, enter, and then I need to hit enter again to make sure that it's on. Once you see the word done, that means you did it correctly. Now, when you try to find the function, so I'm going to do it again, stats, calc, and then I'm going to do linear regression, that's 4. My x list, y list are good, frequency list is empty. I can hit enter, and this time I can see that my correlation coefficient, which is a value that tells me if this is a good function or not, is 1. 1 and -1 represent perfect functions. 0 represent no correlation or not a good function. So because the correlation coefficient is 1 right here, that means the linear regression is the best regression to represent the table.